The moment she slid into the empty seat beside the window, irritation tightened her chest, because the man she had displaced looked tired in a way only life could carve into someone. His shoulders were slightly hunched, his jacket worn at the edges, his eyes alert but distant, like someone who had learned not to expect kindness anymore. She barely noticed him at first, too busy guarding her own exhaustion and entitlement, too sure that the world owed her comfort. But everything in that room would change within minutes, and when it did, the silence would become louder than any apology she would later wish she had spoken. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the quiet power of humility, take a moment right now to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel for more stories that remind us who we truly are beneath our pride. The single dad had arrived early, balancing a small backpack at his feet and a folded schedule in his hands. His day had already started before sunrise, preparing breakfast, braiding his daughter's hair with clumsy patience, and reassuring her that yes, he would be there at the school play this time. Life had taught him precision, endurance, and silence. When the woman took his seat without asking, he simply nodded and shifted, because arguing required energy he saved for more important battles. The room was filling quickly, and the air buzzed with ambition, perfume, and quiet judgments. She noticed his worn shoes, the faint crease of stress on his forehead, and unconsciously decided he belonged somewhere else, anywhere else but beside her. As the minutes passed, the weight of the room grew heavier. This was no ordinary gathering. It was a high-level corporate summit, the kind where futures were rewritten behind polished tables and guarded smiles. The woman straightened her posture, scrolling through her phone, rehearsing confidence she had borrowed from years of privilege. The man beside her reviewed notes written in careful, compact handwriting, the kind formed during stolen moments between school runs and late-night work. He checked his watch, not with impatience, but with the quiet discipline of someone who respected time because he never had enough of it. Then the doors opened, and everything shifted. The room stood almost instinctively as senior executives entered, their presence commanding attention. The woman rose too, her confidence solidifying, ready to impress. She expected the man beside her to fade into the background, just another forgotten face. Instead, something unexpected happened. The lead executive paused mid-step, eyes locking onto the single dad, and addressed him with unmistakable respect. The word "sir" echoed through the room, not loudly, but with authority that silenced every breath. In that instant, the woman froze, her reality cracking like thin ice beneath polished heels. The single dad responded with calm acknowledgement, not surprise. Respect was something he carried lightly, never demanding it, never flaunting it. As the realization spread, whispers rippled through the room like a rising tide. This was not a man clinging to survival. This was the founder, the visionary who had built the company from nothing while raising a child alone, after life had stripped everything else away. The woman felt heat rise to her face as memory replayed her quiet dismissal, her unspoken assumptions, her casual cruelty. She sank back into her seat, suddenly aware of how small arrogance makes a person feel. As the meeting progressed, the single dad took the stage, not with dominance, but with humility shaped by hardship. He spoke about resilience, about nights spent working while his daughter slept nearby, about failures that taught him more than success ever could. His words were not polished speeches, they were lived experiences wrapped in sincerity. He talked about leadership as service, about power as responsibility, and about never forgetting what it feels like to be invisible. The woman listened, every sentence peeling away layers of entitlement she didn't know she wore. She saw not a CEO, but a father who had learned to be gentle without becoming weak. The challenges he described mirrored battles many fought in silence. Loneliness after loss, the fear of not being enough, the pressure of showing up every day even when the heart feels heavy. He spoke of moments when quitting seemed logical, when the world had already decided his limits. Yet he stayed. Not because he believed he was special, but because someone small and trusting depended on him. That love had reshaped him, turning exhaustion into purpose, pain into patience. The room, once filled with ambition, now felt like a shared heartbeat. Near the end of the session, the woman's composure cracked completely. She realized the seat she had taken so casually symbolized more than space, it represented the way she had taken respect for granted her entire life. She had mistaken quiet strength for insignificance and humility for weakness. Shame settled in, not the kind that destroys, but the kind that teaches. For the first time in years, she felt grateful for discomfort, because it had shown her truth. If this story is touching your heart right now, please take a moment to like the video, share it with someone who needs a reminder about empathy, and subscribe to stay connected to stories that change how we see the world. As the meeting ended, the room slowly emptied, but the impact lingered. The single dad gathered his things, ready to return to a life that still demanded everything from him. Success had not erased his struggles, it had only given them meaning. The woman remained seated for a moment longer, absorbing the quiet lesson she would carry forever. Before you leave this video, comment one word that describes how this story made you feel, because your voice matters here. And as the lights dimmed and footsteps faded, one truth remained clear: kindness costs nothing, assumptions cost everything, and sometimes the greatest leaders are the ones who never ask for the seat of honor, because they are too busy earning it every single day.